Emmerdale has revealed that 3 individuals are under suspicion in the storyline where Cain Dingle becomes the victim of a hit and run, leaving him fighting for survival at the roadside. The ITV drama recently introduced this plot, showing Cain struck by a fast-moving vehicle while walking along a rural road. According to insiders, he is left disoriented before being discovered by Kyle Winchester. As the episodes airing during the week beginning 6th of April unfold, both viewers and villagers begin to question who could be responsible. Early preview clips have now identified 3 possible suspects connected to the incident. The first teaser highlights Kerry Wyatt, Jacob Gallagher and Graham Foster as the individuals in question. While none of them appear to have a clear motive against Cain, there may be an unexpected twist involved. Kerry is dealing with personal turmoil as she plans to end her marriage with Eric Pollard while secretly involved with Jai Sharma. Meanwhile, Jacob is under intense stress at the hospital due to the harsh behavior of his superior, Dr. Todd. At the same time, Graham is focused on causing trouble for Kim Tate. The preview shows all 3 characters appearing tense and unsettled around the time of the incident, though it remains unclear whether their anxiety is linked to their personal struggles or something more serious. Another teaser clip shows the moment Kyle discovers Cain lying injured by the roadside. He quickly calls for an ambulance, fearing that his father may not survive. During the incident, Cain is speaking on the phone with his wife Moira when everything suddenly changes. In one instant he is talking normally, and in the next he is struck down and left critically injured. In that brief moment, his situation takes a devastating turn, adding to the many problems he is already facing. However, his immediate priority becomes getting urgent medical assistance as quickly as possible. Emmerdale spoiler clips tease a shocking and violent incident as emergency services are called to the scene. Rhona is finally forced to make a choice between her husband, Cain Dingle, and her former partner, Graham Foster. Although she turns to Vanessa Woodfield for guidance, the responsibility ultimately falls on her to decide what she truly wants for her future. Meanwhile, Jacob Gallagher continues to endure harsh treatment from Dr. Todd, whose workplace bullying only gets worse. One of her latest angry outbursts is overheard by Kerry Wyatt, who immediately makes it clear she won't stay silent about it. Tensions rise as the paths of Jacob, Kerry, and Graham begin to intersect. Each of them, overwhelmed with emotion, gets into a car and drives off. At the same time, Cain Dingle unknowingly steps into danger when a speeding vehicle heads straight toward him, knocking him down and leaving him seriously injured on the ground. Rhona has been caught in an emotional struggle ever since Graham returned, turning her life upside down. Although she has remained loyal to Marlon so far, her feelings for Graham continue to grow stronger, leading her to seek advice from her closest friend. Vanessa encourages her to be honest with herself and open about her emotions, pushing her to finally decide where her heart truly belongs. As emotions reach breaking point, Jacob, Kerry, and Graham all drive off in separate directions. Unaware of the danger, Cain stands in the middle of a village road, expressing his love to Moira, before he is suddenly struck by a car. The big question remains: who was driving? Kyle Winchester later finds Cain lying unconscious and quickly calls for an ambulance. Clearly shaken, he fears that his father may not survive the injuries. This leaves uncertainty over whether Cain will pull through. Elsewhere, Jacob's situation continues to worsen as Dr. Todd's behavior becomes even more aggressive. He has kept quiet about his struggles, but everything changes when Kerry overhears the confrontation. Furious at what she witnesses, Kerry steps in to defend him, confronting the doctor directly. The situation escalates into a tense clash between the two. Now, it remains to be seen whether her intervention will make a difference or only create more trouble for Jacob in the future. Rhona is finally forced to make her choice in Emmerdale, leaving Cain Dingle heartbroken. She faces an impossible dilemma: stay with her kind and reliable husband, or take a risk on the more thrilling and unpredictable Graham Foster. Either decision comes at a heavy cost, and no matter what she chooses, someone is bound to be deeply hurt. Her recent secret meetings with Graham, including small gestures that show clear affection, have only made things more complicated. Meanwhile, Marlon remains unaware of just how strong her feelings still are, even though her reactions, especially when it comes to Graham's involvement with Kim, have revealed a lot. The real turning point arrives when she is sent to Home Farm to check on the horses. Suspecting Graham might be there, she lies to Marlon, who begins to sense something isn't right. When she reaches the farm, she is confronted with a shocking sight: Graham badly injured and covered in blood. Without hesitation, she steps in to help, focusing on treating his wounds. However, being so physically close to him stirs up old emotions she thought she had left behind. The moment brings back memories of their past relationship, making everything feel intense, confusing, and overwhelming. Things take an even worse turn when Marlon arrives and sees them together. Witnessing his wife caring for Graham in such an intimate way leaves him devastated. Unable to ignore what he's seen, he confronts her and asks if she still has feelings for Graham. Her silence gives him the answer he feared most. After recovering, Graham later seeks clarity and waits for her outside the pub, determined to hear her final decision. Now, Rhona must decide whether to risk everything for a second chance with him or remain with the life she has built. The situation leaves her torn, as she struggles to understand how she has been pulled back into emotions she thought were long gone. At the same time, Marlon is left facing the painful possibility of losing her, knowing that her choice could change everything. Jacob Gallagher takes a brave step in Emmerdale as he finally confronts Dr. Todd, though the situation quickly takes an unexpected turn. After speaking his mind to his superior, questions arise about what this means for his future. Jacob has been gaining experience at the hospital in recent months, but his ambition to become a surgeon has faced several obstacles, largely due to Todd's strict and intimidating approach. The episode begins with Jacob stopping by the shop, where Kerry Wyatt mentions that she overheard him being unwell earlier that morning. He brushes it off, blaming his demanding work schedule, while Kerry grows increasingly concerned. She suggests he take time off, but Jacob reacts sharply and insists he's fine before heading to work already in a tense mood. At the hospital, a colleague jokes that Todd is looking for him, though it soon becomes clear this is no joke. When they meet, she subtly undermines him while assigning him a basic cleaning task for the day. Disheartened, Jacob admits he wants to do more meaningful work and help patients directly, but Todd shuts him down, telling him he's not ready yet. Later, Jacob apologizes to Kim Tate over his involvement in her incorrect diagnosis and also speaks briefly with Lydia Dingle. Despite this, Todd remains critical and reminds him to behave more professionally. Things escalate when Jacob witnesses Todd speaking harshly to a patient, even calling him stupid for refusing treatment. Disturbed by her behavior, Jacob is advised by colleagues to stay out of it, but he can't ignore what he's seen. He eventually challenges her, calling out the way she treated the man. In response, Todd reveals that the patient is actually her father, who is living with dementia. This revelation changes the tone completely, leading to a more emotional and understanding conversation between them. Jacob opens up about caring for his own grandfather, while Todd explains that her career in medicine was inspired by her father and her desire to make him proud. With tensions easing, Todd's attitude softens. She tells Jacob to go home and prepare for an upcoming conference with a respected lecturer, signaling a shift in how she views him. Although things appear to have improved between them, it remains uncertain whether this new understanding will last. Emmerdale is broadcast on weekday evenings at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to stream on ITVX.